My name is Rob Imes, IT specialist here, one of the techs. I'm going to briefly talk about malware today. Malware has become a big topic in the IT industry now. You see it everywhere. You've heard about hacking, mostly with the presidential election. You hear it on the news. You see commercials. The Attorney General's got a really good commercial out about someone calling into your office to use malware to attack your computer. Kind of funny. You see malware on TV shows. They made a whole CSI Cyber about it, basically. And if you live in Columbus, you have probably seen the news cast that Auditor Yost was on, where he spoke to one of our clients that got some malware, and what we did to get rid of it, and how we want to prevent everyone from getting that in the future. So that's why I'm here. All right. So what is malware? I went out to the internet to get this definition. Seems like the official definitions, at least from my point of view, come from Wikipedia anymore versus going through the Webster's Dictionary. Basically because Wikipedia is easy and Webster's Dictionary is some big book that I don't really have anymore. So basically the definition of malware is software that is intended to damage or disable computers and computer systems. You may think to yourself, well, that's just a virus. We've known about this forever. I'm here today to tell you that malware is not the traditional virus. It's attacking you very differently. The normal virus that you're used to, you put an antivirus on your system, you pay a monthly or yearly fee, keep your virus updated, maybe scan once a week, and you're protected. You don't have to think. You're done, and everything's good. We're here today to tell you that that's no longer the case. We've been speaking with software vendors to look at software for our newer computers coming out next year, and the software vendors indicate that the traditional virus that you're used to accounts for about 10% of the incidents on the internet now. Malware is about 90%. So we're going to discuss what we can do to prevent this from happening. Normally, your traditional virus, you would get it through a flash drive. Somebody would be downloading, music from the old Napster days. Your grandson, not you, definitely. And you just run a virus scan, and you get rid of it. Not the case anymore. We got to prevent this malware from getting on your computer. Some of the things I've seen lately with malware, just the types, I'm going to highlight a couple of them. Spyware. You get spyware in a computer you may not even know. What that does is it allows someone to basically watch what you're doing on your computer. It can go from simply grabbing your screen and watching everything you do to copying your keystrokes, like saving your passwords, your usernames, or your history for some reason or another. And you probably don't know what's on your computer, other than maybe it's running a little slow. The worst one I've seen lately is ransomware. If you get a ransomware, you'll definitely know it. It locks your computer down, whether a message. I've seen one where literally a picture's laughing at you. And what it does is it locks your computer down for a ransom. They want to get paid. You will have some interaction, whether it's through the phone or a chat window where somebody wants money in turn to open your computer and get all your data back. This is definitely something you don't want. It's a judgment call on your part whether you pay them if this happens to you. We have had a couple UAN systems on this. The solution was to pretty much wipe the computer out and go back to the most recent backups that the clients had. So you definitely don't want to get in a situation where you have ransomware on your computer, basically. And again, we'll go through some ways to prevent this. The final one, my most favorite, is the zombie computer. If your computer turns into a zombie, you may or may not know. Essentially, your computer becomes a file server on the internet where people will connect to your computer and share, send, and receive files through your computer without your authorization. And if some type of law enforcement wants to find out who's sharing all this, they're going to find your computer and call you. So another scary thing you don't want happened. And again, we're going to talk about how we can prevent this and get rid of it if it does happen to you. All right, so we're going to talk about some of the approaches to malware on what to do. Before I get into this, I want to stress that we want you on the internet. I'm not here today to scare you off the internet. UAN does correspondence through email. You will see some of our patches, some of our updates will be done strictly through email on the internet. So definitely stay on. I don't want to discourage anybody from not using your UAN computer on the internet. So we're going to go through some preventative approaches to do this. First of all, we're going to be proactive. Like I said, malware is something you do not want to interact with at all. It's not an old virus you can just wipe clean. We're going to prevent malware by simply not getting it. And we need to be aware of how we get it. And I'm going to go through some examples of each of these later on. Briefly go through them. Emails, phone calls, pop-ups, free software, and public Wi-Fi. All great ways to get yourself a piece of malware on your computer. This presentation is to prevent you from getting it, the proactive approach. The reactive approach will happen after you've already gotten the malware, and we're prepared for that as well. Just a little bit more fix-up time. We are going to have an anti-malware program in your computer. We have purchased software here at our office, so if you call me and think you may have something on your computer, whether it be a virus or anti-malware or malware, I have a tool that I can log on your computer to kind of wipe clean. Like I said, this happens after you've already gotten the malware. But hopefully we're going to be proactive, never get it. In the ransomware cases and some of the more severe cases where the computers are slowing down, I have the option to reimage you. And I'm sure I've spoke to a few of you over the years about a reimage. And basically that entails me sending about 6 DVDs to your office. Takes a couple days. About 2 hours on your computer, wiping it out, and then a little bit of time restoring all your data. And hopefully you have a good UN backup. You've saved all your My Documents, you've saved your favorites, your desktop, and your emails. So I can restore everything beautifully on your computer. All right, so definitely going to focus on the proactive approach to attacking malware. So 1 second, please. Are we good? Okay, all right, we're good. All right, this is a piece of information that we have purchased. We think it is very good, from knowbefore.com. It is from the same company that Kevin Mitnick works for. If you don't know, Kevin Mitnick is probably the most famous hacker, or maybe the second most famous now, next to that guy in Russia. And he is one of the leading government consultants on malware. And this is put out as a red flag to kind of highlight some things that you need to be aware of when looking at emails and being on the internet. We think you should read through this word for word, share it to everybody in your office, pass it around, make copies, post it in your cube. Great information that everybody that is working on the internet in your office that could potentially affect your UN computer should be aware of. So you're not down, and you can do your job without malware being on your computer. So again, take a look at this. It's not only on this slide, but it's also in your booklet. I don't think you can read this off the slide very well, but yeah, make a copy of the one in your booklet and pass it around. I can't stress that enough. So, all right, like I said, I'm going to go through a couple examples of malware and just some red flags, ways you get a hold of malware on your computer. This example that I did was straight from my office. You can kind of see my window down there with my work applications and some windows open. At the Otter Estate, we have a very secure system. We are behind a firewall. We have encrypted email. Everything is great here. Probably not going to get malware through my Otter Estate email address, but all I did was open up a web browser and go to my Gmail account, which is wide open. And this would be the same on pretty much any network that gives you internet access. Opened up my personal account, and I have an email from 3yearloansadam009@pigeonhost.com. Red flag here. I don't know 3yearloansadam009@pigeonhost.com. Once I get past that, say, okay, maybe he's still got my interest. Adam spelled congratulation wrong. I don't know about you, but I've never seen congratulation in the singular. So red flag here. If you're going to send a legit email, you're going to probably do it in decent English. Okay, so we'll get past congratulation. We're also pre-approved for $9800. So not only we're not doing very good English, we don't know the currency system very well. So I think we got another red flag here. Then also 100% pre-approved. We know that's not real either. 100% is definitely a red flag. This email's full of it. Hopefully this is easy for you guys. The only thing 100% on this email is if you click this button, you're going to get 100% malware. Delete this if you get anything like this. I found this in my spam folder, I believe. Just delete it. As long as you don't click on these emails, you're fine. Delete it, move on. They're not going to go away. You're not going to see an antivirus or a malware program preventing these from popping up on your computer. You just got to learn to ignore them, delete them, don't click on anything. All right? Okay, another email. IRS, let's say it's our IRS time. We're getting W-2s out. We're setting up employee withholdings, and you get an email from Mark the guy at airplaneinvest.com. Again, this was from my Yahoo account, but it was also on my out-of-state computer. So same thing, open porthole with these web email addresses. And this one looks a little bit more legit. I think we're good on the English. Again, Mark the guy, we don't know him, so that's an instant red flag. Say, you have some tax problems, yourself. All of a sudden Mark the guy knows that, which, he wouldn't. Red flag, 2 minutes to qualify. Another red flag. That's just way too quick to find out if they can solve your IRS problem. And free quote. We know anything dealing with the IRS is not free. The only thing free in this email is malware. So delete it again. You're going to get these. Move past them, move on, delete them, and don't think about them. If you don't initiate, that's the rule on all these slides. If you don't initiate, it's going to be a red flag, and more than likely you're just going to move on. All right. Okay, here's another one, and this is kind of a better example. I know it's a little blurry, but you see this form of message pop up all the time. And this is a little bit more interesting because I'm still, to this day, not sure if this is legit or not. I took this screenshot. I went down to Starbucks in our building. We're lucky enough to have a Starbucks, especially on mornings where I got to be here at 6:30 like today. And went down to Starbucks, got on their Wi-Fi. Again, I'm on my out-of-state computer that's encrypted. Everything's fine, but I logged onto a public Wi-Fi and got this message going to CNN.com. It can be in question whether CNN.com's news is always legit, but it is a legit site to actually view. And it says this site may harm my computer, and it's from Google, or at least it says Google, malware.testing.google.test. So again, it should be a red flag. I don't have anything that indicates that this came from my antivirus program. We have Semantic Endpoint Protection installed on our computer. Some people have malware bytes, but I have no indication that this is anything from any of those software packages other than this pop-up. And it looks like to get rid of it, I can either understand and proceed by clicking on 2 buttons, or I can click another button to go back to safety. Red flag here when they want you to click on a button. That button click will get you. And like I said, I'm not sure. This may be legit. They may be helping me out. Maybe I should click on go back to safety. No. The best way to go back to safety would be to close this window. There's an X up there where you see malware detected. Sorry, I don't have a pointer. But close this. Go back into the website again. If you get the same thing and it's a legit site, you may want to call them. Like, for example, if you get this on the UN profile login page, it comes up twice, call us. We might have something a certificate to look at or something to pass along to IT that says, hey, this needs looked at. I definitely don't want you to click on anything here. And even if it is legit, we don't need Google helping us out. I'm here to help you out. I'm one of the techs. Call me or George, and we'll work this out with you. Be aware. All right, let's move on. All right. Okay. And this is how you get ransomware. And this is how I've seen it. If from a phone call or some type of chat message, or somebody is calling to help you out with your computer. So I want to remind people that Microsoft does not know who you are. We have heard a lot of instances over the news where Microsoft's calling you. We did not provide information to Microsoft with your name, your address, your phone number at all. Microsoft does not know you. Anything calling from Microsoft or a chat message will be a scam, so don't just hang up. For example, this message looks like Microsoft, even though it doesn't say Microsoft, it says Windows. We kind of associate those two together. Instant red flag. If it is Microsoft, they're going to have Microsoft in their logo. Microsoft probably isn't going to call from UK. I imagine they cost a lot more. Their currency's more. It probably costs a lot more to staff a tech in UK, so they're definitely not doing this. They don't know who you are, and this is just a red flag altogether. Close this window. I'm your tech support. Me, Dell, or anybody at our office that you initiate. Again, that's the key. You did not initiate this, nor would you a phone call that calls and tells you that you have a problem with your Microsoft. So let's ignore that. Let's hang up on these people. Don't even speak to them. They just want to put malware in your computer, most likely ransomware if they're on the phone. So let's be aware and just be done with these people. All right. Okay, and the most fun one is pop-ups. Clickbait, very interesting stuff. For example, I look at Fox News a lot. And on Fox News, it's full of legit news. Until you get to the bottom, where there's kind of a bar with the stuff is a lot more interesting than just, what Congress did or, who's the last celebrity that, did something great. This is more interesting. The 10 celebrities you had no clue were married to each other. And this pop-up I got when I was on, I think it was Fox News. And, I was down there in Starbucks again, testing out malware. I was actually trying to get it and clicked on this. And it was just the worst click ever. Not only was the information just completely bland, these two, if you're a fan of Shameless, they're not married. They play dad and daughter. So they just got me. I really wanted to see if these two were married. They're not. I got all kinds of ads. Pop-ups were everywhere. My computer was running slow. And, it was the most obvious married couples ever. It was like Garth Brooks and his wife. I mean, who doesn't know who Garth Brooks is married to at this point? So if you're interested in this stuff, do it on your iPad, your computer at home. You don't want to open your UN computer up that you do pair on to malware just because you wanted to see who was married or what your favorite child star looks like now. Just ignore it, and again, do it on something else. It's not worth it. All right. Okay, another one, free software. I see this a lot. Weather bugs. They leave an open portal to your computer. They pop ads. Who knows what else they do? It seems like they put other computer programs on that do no good. We all have phones and iPads that do a great job with the weather. You can even walk outside and check the weather. It's not bad either. Just don't do it on your UN computer. It's not worth it. The open porthole, the ads, the slowdown. I don't recommend it. It's a good way to get malware and just pop-ups or pop-ups that'll give you malware. Same thing with computer programs. Not worth it. Go outside again, go to the store, clip your coupons. It's more fun. Brings you back to the 80s and 90s. And it'll help you from not getting malware. And if you want these, do them on your iPad where you don't have your finances on. Driver update messages, again, I see those a lot. Those there is no virus scan, or there's no driver scan that's going to help you with your update. It's going to help you put on malware. I'm here to help you with your drivers. If you think a driver needs updated, call me or go to Windows Updates that you initiate. Again, initiating is the key. Did you initiate it? If you didn't, ignore this stuff. Same with malware removal programs. No company is going to do it for free, going to say, hey, you have malware. We're going to help you for free get rid of this. They're just going to give you more free malware, and they may help you pay the ransomware. That's about all the help you're going to get with these guys. Free games, probably a little bit more okay. Again, you're still getting pop-up ads and an open porthole. Do it on your iPad. It's not worth getting something because you wanted to play a free game, or maybe buy a game. They generally don't have the ads, but just be aware of these things. They're going to potentially give you malware. If they don't, they slow your computer down. And I'm cleaning these up all the time on user systems, so be aware. All right. Kind of running out of time a little bit, so briefly go through this. Public Wi-Fi is definitely something, you need to be aware of. There are devices called Pineapples, and if you're interested, I recommend getting on Google and searching Pineapple Wi-Fi. Pretty interesting stuff. Basically what they do is they can spoof a legit Wi-Fi hotspot, and you can log on to a hacker's Pineapple instead of a Wi-Fi hotspot, and they can do whatever they want to you once you get on. In general, I recommend on public Wi-Fi at hotels, browse the web, check the news, don't do your finances, don't do UAN, don't do anything that you log into. Fantasy football. You don't want to log into your fantasy football and have one of your buddies flip Tom Brady to the Browns quarterback. You will lose, and my buddies would actually do that to me. But yeah, more important, your bank login stuff, don't do it on public Wi-Fi. You can never be 100% sure you're safe. All right. So how are we addressing malware? First of all, this presentation, I haven't done the year-end presentation for probably 10 years. They felt it was worth dragging me out here to do this, to be aware, because we are seeing it a lot. We have the handouts for you. We can't stress enough that you need to be aware of malware now. We are also piloting an administrative account on 40 users right now. Basically, that account will act as an intermediary between the UN user account and installing software. So every time you install software, you'll be asked to prompt a password, to type in a password. You'll get this on the UN update, Adobe Flash updates, anything like that, which is legit. You're installing something, no big deal, you type in a password. The idea is that if malware is getting installed, the password pops up, you have no idea you're installing software, you're going to cancel, and maybe this is a last minute stop on getting malware. So information is the key. We have purchased a Malwarebytes suite that I talked about. If you get something, your computer's running slow, call me. December's a good time, especially for the techs. It's for questions and to run a quick scan with this Malwarebytes. So I may find something. We can clean you up before you get this on your year-end stuff. So again, be aware. Call me, and I'll help you out. All right. So what can you do now? Can't stress this enough. Be aware. Keep your semantic live updates running. There are viruses out there. We don't want to look past that. It does do an automatic update if you leave your computer on. If your computer's on only for a couple minutes a day, get on there and do it once a week. And if you need help doing that, I can help you. I can show you what to do. If your semantic's not working or you don't see it, let me know. We want to get that back on. And again, as anything, contact me or George. We'll help you. We've logged on your many computers to look at spyware and remove a lot of stuff. We'd like to get to a point where we can prevent it if you already have it, so you don't have to do a reimage.